good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Journey. SPK. Kick the beat. So guys, Kevin Samuels has become a social media icon, and he's done it in his own way. You know, like I said, I've been knowing Kevin since 2017, and he came in as a fashion guy, and then he kind of spread out his content, and he's now still in the fashion industry. And I'm gonna tell you how I know, because he recently met up with MTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, the lead attorney, Dennis Sperling, and they met up in New York. And I was gonna possibly go to that trip, but I was kind of busy and tied up. And but he invited these guys there so he could really have a new meaning of what professional black men are like. And you see these guys, two of them are attorneys. MTR is an MBA graduate of a top 50 school. I won't name which one it was. But if you see this comment here called Teaching Men's Fashions, these are two guys that are brothers. They are very successful, okay? They're very, very big in the fashion industry. They're out there in New York, 5.68 million followers. And you even see the comment they left. Yo, thank you for coming through, Kevin. Always sitting down with other men that are hungry. Let's break some of the cultural chains and continue to crush together. What does that mean? Kevin Samuels took Dennis, Mediocre, the lead attorney, to meet these successful young men. All right, they have an incredible business, and you know, he's been telling me about it for years. Wanted to, you know, also me to be introduced to them to see how they're performing at a higher level. And in Black YouTube, as black men, some of us doing things, you know, pretty okay, but not at the level of teaching men's fashion. And so what Kevin wanted to do was bring these black men together and to show them the opportunities of what it is about black men working together, what black men can achieve together. And the best way to do it is to introduce them to people who are doing things at a magnitude larger level than you. But do you know what I saw on YouTube? Especially in the black YouTube sector, you saw all these dudes hating on this, right? So many dudes making negative videos, making negative comments, you know, just saying things that really didn't make any sense. And then when you're talking about helping black men elevate, that's all what this picture is about. All right. Most of us would never even physically meet each other. But when you get content creators, two of them that I'm very familiar with as far as Kevin, the lead attorney, because they come through my tree. You know, and then you got these other guys, MTR, who I know him, and Dennis Sperling also. You get four successful African-American men, and they're out here sharing ideas, taking the business to another level, meeting people that are greater than them, people that they would have never met had it not be for Kevin in this instance. And then you have these guys who are not really, I'm not gonna talk about if they're achieving the same things or not, all right? I'll leave that alone. But they have something negative to say. And the reality is that how many of these guys who are making videos are going to take three black men to Teaching Men's Fashions, one of the most successful YouTube channels in the fashion world? Guys got boatloads of success, boatloads of money. How many of you can walk somebody like that into the door and saying, hey, this is how successful businesses are run. We are leaving this opportunity out there on the door. How many of y'all can do that? Forget that you don't like Kevin. Forget that you don't like me. Forget that you don't like MTR. Can you guys do that? Are you using your fame or whatever you're doing to put somebody else on? I can tell you the answer is no. You understand what I'm saying? And even me, I've tried to help guys, you know, throughout my YouTube career, and I know people don't like me, that's fine. But let me just tell you guys this. This is amazing. It's showing brothers a different side of the business. It's showing brothers what opportunities that we have and what we can do to help black men go together. Let me just tell you this. The more successful that you have, MTRs and Dennis Sperlings and Kevin Samuels, you know, when I was coming up, I didn't know an attorney like Dennis Sperling or the lead attorney. I didn't know those kind of people. You had to figure it out by yourself. But now if you're a black man and you want to change careers or you want to get inspired, you want to do, now you have people that look like you that are doing this. And you get so many guys, you know, with the crab in the bucket mentality that are hating on it, but they're not offering something that's similar. How many of you are offering guys to come to New York to go and sit down? And I know how important these guys are because I'm in this business. They are like 50 times more successful than me, and I'm doing pretty good. All right? The more help that we get inside the community or outside the community. A lot of black men need to understand this. We are trying to develop this sector. You know, I already talked about what happened, you know, in the black manosphere sector and all that. I love that community, everything like that. But this is the elevation that's going on here. This is a new breakthrough going on here. And for some of us who left that sector, you know, and it's all love and it's a good sector. But for other people, now it's getting serious. We're talking about getting black men into the industries. We're talking about doing things on a major scale. And sometimes we're learning from people that are not in our community to see what the opportunities really are. But here's what we have. You have brothers who just don't understand it, so they're gonna hate. And I can understand it because they haven't really had that much success in their own personal life. It's just like, you know, when I went to medical school, a lot of people in my family didn't understand what I had to go through every day to maintain professional school. You don't understand unless you went through it. Running this business every day. I'm up sometimes 14, 15 hours, staying up till 5 in the morning sometimes, running the whole organization. We have a pretty good studio here, one of the better ones coming up in this region. And I'm talking about not just YouTube. I'm talking about we just have a really good studio. And organization and planning days out, it's difficult. And people don't understand, why do you work so much? Why do you work on every day? Well, because they never had this, they never had to have this responsibility. So they don't know. So for what I want to talk about for black men who don't understand the meaning, and for the rest of us to meet and do things, listen, I want to tell you guys, don't hate on what you do not understand. Okay? It's a lot bigger than what you think. It's bigger than any of us. It trickles down to you. And I will tell you this, the success of Kevin Samuels and mediocre stories and reviews, but really Kevin Samuels, if you really want to be honest, because he's the guy that got to get, you know, people talk about the most about him. Him blowing up helped so many people financially. It helped so many people in this sector. It helped so many people get eyeballs that we didn't have before. And the guy's the most hated guy out there. I just don't get it. Like, literally. And it doesn't make any sense. MTR's done an excellent job, don't bother nobody, the lead attorney. You know, I remember when he was a small guy, that guy's doing an excellent job. These guys are professional guys. And these guys are doing really wonderful things, many of them above what I'm doing. And you don't see me hating. If there's anybody who should be mad, it should be me. Because two of the guys, I introduced them to this sector. You don't see me hating. Why? Because everybody is developing. These guys have different gifts than I do. And it's getting better. And that's what I want to tell you, the black men there are so against, they have something negative to say. Listen, unless you're going to offer something that's the same and taking brothers to the next level, introducing to people, to guys who are solid in the industry and the business, how are we going to learn and get to the next level, guys? Seriously. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Dick Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I already appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.